Hello and welcome to draft number 3 in our series between T1 and the Freak of Freaks. So, I was packing my things, wrapping it up after T1 won the draft in game number 2. And well, even after their game start, which looked quite convincingly, T1 had everything in their court to send it home with a quick 2-0. But, oh no, what was that? What was that macro game? What? No. T1, completely throwing the game away in the later stages for macro, off team fighting. It looked like a complete mess. It was not pretty. Freak of Freaks, they had a good game. Quite clean what they did in the later stages. Not forcing too much, but doing their job. But to be honest, T1 was just handing the control back to them after winning the early game so convincingly, having so much map pressure, and then losing objective after objective because of bad moves, no rotations, poor vision setup. It was a complete mess. So we're hoping for a better game, of course, but also, maybe some changes in the pick ban. Maybe they weren't too confident with their draft in the later stages. They didn't know how to execute this, which obviously is complete bullshit because a team of their caliber knows how to play these champions. But maybe there were some issues in regards to how to perform it. I don't know. I can't look into their heads. I have not unlocked X-ray vision yet. I have to grind more. But let's talk about the bans here. You already see some of on the screen. Zinzao, Varus and the set being banned by T1. So not too much deviation from their usual norm. Adding the set, who has been rising in priority in the LCK. This kid quite strong and well regarded in skirmishes, obviously with his showstopper, really blocking into fights, really ripping and making his presence known. On the other side, nothing changed for Africa, banning 3 standard champions, but you might notice Lucian is not banned, so Lucian is open. T1 not looking for the Lucian pick though, locating the Rumble pick here as the first pick. Okay, fair. Best jungler in my opinion, so locking something like that in, very nice. Freak of Freaks returning with the Diana for Dread. Had a very nice performance. That was the whole of a Freak of Freaks that was performing decently well in the last game and pouncing on the mistakes T1 and made and chances they offered them. But Diana stood out quite a bit, so that's a good move here for Africa, picking that up again. Nocturne now on their side. Faker made great use of it in the early game, so now Fly or maybe Kiin can show what they can pick. And Aphelios again being locked in for Leo. Not too much impact as well, doing his job. Again, Africa was doing a fine job. And the fine job is enough if the opposing team is doing nothing or doing a bad job. Who knows? So T1 also locking in the Jinx Thresh bot lane for themselves. So that's obviously very strong. Teddy had a very solid game, didn't make too many mistakes. And the thing is, as a Jinx, you can't really initiate the fights, right? That's not his job in the fights. Was farming quite nicely, got a huge bounty just off a farm, did decent damage in the 1-2 fights that T1 had, doing a fine job. And carrier, also not on an engaged champion, so not his fault as well. Again, also T1, it's hard to really pinpoint who was the cause for these macro calls. I don't know, but now they combine the Jinx with the Thresh, having good mobility. Not having the Devour though, maybe that's a bit hurtful against Nocturne Diana. But, well, with the Rumble and the Jinx, a long range, high damage. Sign me up for more of that. But, what we are not going to see in this game is the Azir and the Gwen. So, banning that away from Faker and Canna, quite smart. The only issue I see with these two bans is there's already the Rumble being picked. So, more AP and consistent AB damage would not be the greatest thing. Yes, an overload of AP damage would make Jinx way better And considering that AD champions are more stronger or have better items than the AP champion, this would be a detriment to most of T1's champions, but would amplify the Jinx damage to the max if Afrika Freaks decides to stack MR instead of armor. That's the only thing I could see being advantage of something like a 4 AP comp. But these champions obviously are very strong, so Afrika banning them out of respect, even though they are not making too much sense. Of course, Nocturne and Diana also do hurt Azir quite a bit, even though Aphelios doesn't really like the Azir in contrast. T1 banning the Jace and the Yuumi. So Yuumi Aphelios being a decent to safe lane, especially on the red side. And then the Yuumi with Nocturne, with Diana, and now with the locked in Renekton. Obviously that's quite annoying, and especially with no Devourer, you don't really want to see that. The Jace being banned away, not really sure about that one. But well, again, maybe they don't want to fight range on range. I mean, Afrika has not really locked in range champions, so I don't think the Jace makes any sense. But well, doesn't matter really. Renekton being locked in again for Afrika. So again, just like in game number 2, the Renekton is a bit of a dead horse here. Not really scaling all too well alongside the other champions. But, well, early pressure, I guess. T1 locking in the Karma and the Viego in their final rotation. Karma again for Faker. So being able to amplify the Jinx. Very nice. Very nice. Obviously a mid lane Karma gets more items than any support Karma. So more support items for a general Teddy. Yeah, I like that. And the Viego, obviously super high in scaling. Would really love to see Canna and Kiin, so very good top laners play out something like Viego versus Gwen. Would really like to see how that one goes. I think both champions are very busted in 1v1s, but that's exactly it. This time the roles are flipped. In last game, Kiin was the one with the split push power and the split push pressure, and T1 had the global power of the Nocturne. This game it's swapped. Canna has the split push power, and on the other side, Kiin is playing Nocturne. So in the 1v1, obviously that's a huge advantage for the Viego later on. Early on, the lethality and burst of Nocturne shouldn't really be underestimated. But that's that. So you can say that team comps have swapped a bit in identity here, but T1 focusing on Teddy, hypering him and protecting him with damage as well. So they want to really scale up again and just face up against Afrika. Afrika, this time with the Leona also, they have even more engage than before and can threaten Teddy even more so. He has different protection tools this time, so it will be really a nice showing which can prevail, the sword or the shield, Afrika's attack or T1's defense. Both teams have some nice versatility tools that are a bit out of the ordinary in these face-to-face fights. One is the Nocturne ult and one is Viego split push potential. So yeah, we have to wait and see how each team uses their tools. Maybe T1 can get back on top, can back on their feet. Or maybe, just maybe, the Afrika Freaks has found themselves after the advantages they were given in game number 2, and now they know how to play League themselves. But all that's left is to wait and see, and then evaluate ourselves. And well, both teams really do need this win to solidify themselves in a good standing. Otherwise, you would end up with a sad 4-4 standing, and I really don't want that, especially considering that 4 is quite the bad number in Asia, right? Anyway, wish you all a great day. This is obviously the last one, as there's no game 4. So again, I'm referring to the description box down below to hit up me. All the different links, my Twitter, Twitch, all that good stuff if you're interested in hanging out obviously come by Monday, Tuesday and Wednesday, usually times where I do stream. And then yeah, you can check out everything else that's down below there. And on your way there, maybe want to hit out me with a like, maybe with a subscribe if you're into this type of content. Would really appreciate that a lot. Yeah. Anyway, now let's get on with the rambling. Wish you all a great day. Stay safe. See you next time.